We're still here outside Ashford Film Studios, where Valhalla has been done. It's a follow-up to the TV series The Vikings. When my colleague here and the rest of us turned up, we done an agreement with Mr. O'Sullivan and Mr. Flynn that we'd give up our travelling time, our meals, our mileage to come to make Ashford a Report 2 studio. In return, Mr. Flynn and Mr. O'Sullivan said they'd give us a profit share scheme because they owned content. They also said that the restaurant certified trainees, and they'd also said that the people who come up, the first day you start, it'd be last in, first out. That they were going to recognise the service of the workers that had given up these entitlements. So far, they have actually not honoured any of the above. The workers had no choice then to take a case into the Labour Court, which was ruled in their favour, about the profit share and the breach of the collective agreement. And part of the recommendation was Mr. Flynn and Mr. O'Sullivan said they'd actually honour was that the colleagues who were displaced and blackballed. I'm here today with one of my colleagues.
My name is Martin Gray, 47 years in the film business, worked for Morgan O'Sullivan since 1984, done 90% of his films. I came down looking for my job and I was escorted off the premises. But I brought my case into the Labour Court where we won a case where I was supposed to meet Mr. Flynn and Mr. O'Sullivan, which they reneged.
And do you think it's because you looked for your service to be recognised after that length of time?
It is.
Do you think it's because you actually had and asked for your profit share scheme, which they promised you for giving up your lounges?
Yes.
Have you ever had any disciplinary issues that Mr. Flynn or Mr. O'Sullivan got involved in? No. And why do you believe they won't meet you? Is it because that they know the reality? After $2.5 billion or the billions that have been given to the film industry in Ireland, is it down to the fact that you were the product of that investment of the Irish government, the Irish taxpayer, that you give these people X amount of millions and billions?
Yes.
And they say they create quality employment.
Yeah.
Have you got a pension?
No. After 47 years, no. Nothing.
Your 1991 agreement states that you should be getting a pension. Have you ever got that pension?
No.
So when you're working for Mr. Flynn and Mr. O'Sullivan and the rest of the Dream Producers Ireland, no one has ever contributed anything into a pension for you.
No.
So basically every time you start a job, it's like your very first day in the job.
Yeah.
So do you believe that if you open your mouth and ask for your entitlements, you're gone?
You're gone. You'll never work again.
Is that the only discipline within the Irish film industry that you know of?
No, it's not really.
What else do you think happens to workers if they look for their entitlements?
They're gone. You never work on the business. Never work in the film business again.
And they're told that.
They're told.
They're openly told that by the contractors, heads of departments. Now, what do you think of the contractor heads of departments? Did you work with those contractors, Eddie Norton, Nicky McManus, as carpenters in the film industry?
I did, yes.
When they were young men?
I remember them when they all started in the business. Every one of them.
And basically they are the men now who have formed basically a guild and drawn up a list with your name on it to exclude you out of your job.
Yeah, never to work again in the business.
Have you asked any of these men for the job?
I have asked.
And what was their answer to you?
They couldn't give me an answer.
It's nothing to do with me.
About it.
Yeah. And that's the question you want to ask Morgan O'Sullivan.
Oh yes.
Why you're not working?
Yeah.
Would you like to ask him now?
I would like to ask him now.
Yeah. Come and ask him.
I'd like to know Morgan O'Sullivan why I didn't get my job back.
What did you do? Yeah. Thanks, Martin. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your honesty. Thank you.
No problem.